Okay. All right, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me? Is the question.
Say it again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right, cool. It's a very wonky little day right now. How you doing, Brandon?
I'm doing good. I'm a little warm.
Yes,
We
sir.
discussed that. It's like 100 degrees today. The perfect day to be inside behind a podcast mic. But I think we were talking about how like shows this time of year. That's like the first thing everybody's gonna say is like, yeah, it's hot outside.
Yeah.
So just get that out of the way.
Honestly,
Yeah.
just get the quick heat thing out the way, man. Yeah. It's been a wonky day. I'm sweating like a horse right now.
Yeah, for real.
But Brandon, we came here to talk about your comics.
Yes.
Your Kickstarter.
Yeah.
You have a couple of things you have coming up and planned out right now.
Yeah. So
So you want to give us a little introduction on it?
Sure. I have. I brought props.
Mm-hmm. I love props.
You love props. Yeah,
I
love props. So I got this comic. This is my creator-owned series. This is Mario Kart Destroy the Moon. This is the trade paperback, brand new this year, which you can get as part of the Kickstarter campaign. And then this is a single issue from the second story arc, which is what we're funding on the Kickstarter right now. The Kickstarter campaign is running right now. Today is the 19th of May, 2026. And the Kickstarter campaign is running until May 28th.
Can I see one of them?
Yeah, absolutely. You can keep that.
Oh shoot! Thank you.
You can keep all of them.
Oh, for
I
real?
got a shitload.
Oh, fire.
Take those with you.
I'm gonna hand them out.
But yeah, so that campaign's running until May 28th. And then we actually have late pledges going until the middle of July, pretty much until I actually start going out to cons for the season. Is when I'm going to do the print runs and everything, and I'm going to have to close pledges at that point. So the proper campaign goes to the 28th. You want to get the good prices. Late pledges prices are a little bit higher. That's how that goes. But we're funding a bunch of stuff on that campaign. We're funding the print runs for the trade paperback, which is 192 pages, the complete full first story arc. And then we're funding the printing of the brand new issue from the Chosen Ones arc, which is the second story arc.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 48-page double issue. It's the second issue in that particular story arc. And it's really kind of like kicking off like the dark chapter of the comic. So it's really exciting. I'm really excited to like get it out there and keep that rolling and to have such a nice like amount of pages to get out at once too. Because the campaign I did last year was only for 28 pages, and I think a lot of Kickstarter comics are honestly they're in like that 22, 24 page range. But like I really like to be able to get like a nice thick book out to people. So doing a 48 is like that's where I want to be, and hopefully everything goes right. We'll have another one of those before the end of the year. We'll see, but let's stick with what's going on with this one right now. So yeah, lots of exclusive stuff in that campaign as well. We have an exclusive variant cover, which is a wraparound cover, and you also have a print of that illustration, and then it's on a 7-inch sticker as well, and then there's a T-shirt. Not too dissimilar from the one I have from the last book.
Nice. I
But
didn't even notice this is for the comic.
yeah, it is.
Oh,
yeah,
sick,
yeah. So
dude.
that was for the Chosen Ones issue number 1, and this
Yeah.
one for the campaign here is going to be for number 2.
When I saw you at Dragon Realm, was that another type of shirt from your stuff, or was
It's
that just-
entirely possible. I have a rotation of con shirts that I go through, and
Yeah.
some of them are mine, and some of them are other stuff.
Okay.
So I don't remember exactly what I was wearing to Dragon's Realm, but but it's entirely possible. I do wear this shirt at least once to like pretty much every con I go to.
Got
so
you.
It's entirely possible I was
It's
wearing
your
this.
stuff. You feel me? You got to.
Yeah, exactly. You're
Self-promo.
gonna be a walking billboard, right?
Yeah, there you go. I gotta learn from you in all honesty. Especially starting with my own thing, I should definitely.
Oh, you absolutely
Yeah.
should. Yeah, 100%. It's worth the investment. It's not super duper expensive to get like T-shirts done compared to like what you can spend on like promo for other stuff.
Right,
So.
right. Oh, sorry for cutting you off on the.
Oh no, I was just saying we have like campaign exclusive stuff. So like that stuff you're only able to get through the Kickstarter campaign, and it will be up for late pledges as well. But again, those only go through July, so you really want to lock in, like I said, the good prices here and now before the 28th. And it's a short campaign because kind of like my experience with Kickstarter is the most important times are like your first day and then like your last 72 hours, and then you got a lot of like dead space in between. And I don't know. I'm just like tired of waiting through a month of that. So it's like I'll shorten it to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we can't, cut a little bit of my anxiety out of it as a result of that. So that's what I'm trying out with this. It's going pretty well. We funded in the first 77 minutes. And now we're kind of just piling on. We're creeping up on 400% funded. So I'm really hoping to smash through that, and I'd love to get to 100 backers by the end of the campaign. That's kind of what I'm always shooting for.
Yeah.
About halfway there now. So
always good to have a nice target.
Yeah,
range.
it is. Yeah. So it's like, and for me, it's like it's more important to reach like more people than it is to reach more dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's like when you're like trying to get your IP and stuff into people's hands, like I feel like it's just way more important to reach more people than it is to necessarily reach more money. I mean, obviously you need the money to fund the thing. Yeah. But like when I think about like my goals for campaigns, it's always based around like how many people we reach, and not necessarily how much money that it makes.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. For my stuff, at least. You know, for other stuff,
I prefer my stuff to touch everybody first before the money comes. The money can come in. There's always other avenues of
right.
Money. Yeah. Especially to get started on what you need to do. Like I'm a cook and I'm starting this little podcast business right now.
Sure.
And it took me a little bit, and I'm sure you got a job outside of your comic.
I mean, I do. All of my jobs are art related now, which is great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't always that way, but now it's like I do my own comic.
Yep.
With Marakura stuff. I do work for hire comics for a lot of different people. And I'm the store artist at the Battle Standard in East Windsor.
Yep.
And so I do some game stuff through them as well, and I'm getting into doing games art now too. So it's all I'm a full-time artist these days. Thank my wife for supporting me through that.
Thank the wifey. Yeah. I know it must have been a little road, but
yeah, no, I mean it's I used to work I used to work a desk job in Bloomfield actually. Which is,
for real?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Kind of deja vu coming down. Here.
Dude, were you a little familiar with the area?
Yeah. So I knew where I was going, at least for the most part. But
seen this building around from time to time, or
no?
like...
But you know, like all that intersection with all with Blue Hills, where all the churches are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I used to go through there all the time. So it's like it was right nearby.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I worked a desk job there for like almost 10 years, and got laid off from that in 2023. And that was the point where I was just like, there's not getting any younger. There's never going to be a better time to try this comic shit. So honestly, it's like, now's the time to give it a go.
Yeah.
I've been doing that ever since. And just trying to gather as much I can, as many different kind of avenues as I can. And I've had a great time with it. I've had the support of a lot of cool people. DC Horn, who does the Zankind Entertainment books, he hired me to do so many comics with him. Really kept me afloat in kind of those first early months. John Escobalis and the GWP guys with the new books that we're working on now. It's people like or like even just like independent people like my friend Alice Quinn Rose, who independently funds all of her comics, hiring me to do stuff. People out of the box stuff, projects that were like people really rolling the dice. I did this awesome comic called Romance Radio for DJ Rose God a couple of years back, and we tried to do a sequel to it, but the Kickstarter didn't succeed the way we wanted it to, so we never got a chance to do more of that. That was like it was such a cool thing because she put together this this mixtape that actually got released on vinyl. So I did the cover for the vinyl, and then that was also the cover for the comic, and then like the liner notes and stuff were in the comic, and like the comic was kind of told the story of like moving through like the playlist and everything. So it was a really cool concept.
Actually, can I show you something really cool?
Sure.
One of my favorite artists, actually, his name is Denzel Curry. He released this old album, not old, I'll say like 2020. It's a comic theme, and I actually wanted to like show you it. I literally took it off of my wall from my house, and I was like, I want to just get his opinion on it, because like I was like, this is like amazing work, but I want to see how.
No, I'd love to take a look at it.
Give me 1 second.
Let's do it live, so like I don't have time to bullshit you. Like,
gotcha.
It's a real reaction. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I just thought it was pretty cool for him.
Yeah.
Would you ever think about doing like stuff for like artists, musicians, any of that type of stuff?
Oh hell yeah. I have in the past done like album covers and stuff.
For real?
Not anytime recently, but I used to be in a lot of bands, and I used to be friends with a lot of people who would like release albums and stuff, and I would do album art for them. My friend Lukasz in Poland does album covers for punk bands.
That's sick.
They're like a lot like this kind of like style too.
Yeah.
Like it's really just really vibrant colors and like really strong, stark like figure work and blacks and everything. So it's like it's something I'm very interested in.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of like gaming cards, like Magic stuff and Flesh and Blood and things like that. Single illustration stuff that kind of is in that same world as like an album cover.
Yeah.
That is like, I really do relish, and even like all my posters and shit. All like my posters and shit are again kind of.
I was wondering.
Feeling that vibe, right? These are my Mark Hero ones.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
You gotta move.
Yeah.
You know what?
What'd I do?
Yeah. Oh no, that's me over here. It's alright. I'm knocking my own stuff over.
Yeah, so I got the Marakira ones, and like, oh, this is the old logo version of the standard cover from the comic we're funding on Kickstarter right now. This is my shirt in color.
Hey.
But let's see. You know, like I do like the anime.
Oh yeah,
ones.
I got that one.
Do you?
Yeah, I have this one. It's hung up in my room. Wait, actually, I think it's somewhere.
I think we just.
Oh no, that's cool.
Is it?
Yep, just gotta move that.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 30.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. But I have that one. The Okra Run.
Yeah, I love that one. That's
my friend Ryan bought it from you, and then
okay,
yeah, it's in my room.
Yeah, but I do a lot of anime ones. I do
and this
a
one,
lot of anime ones.
And the Power one.
Yeah. Do a lot of anime ones. Yeah.
I never watched Akira.
Oh really? Oh,
Nope.
you gotta watch Akira. That's classic.
Gotcha.
And then some retro stuff because I like the retro fantasy movies and stuff.
Little Wonder Woman in there.
Wonder Woman was one of the first posters I ever did. I still have.
Oh wow, that Samurai Jack one's fire.
So I did that for Terrificon last year because Phil Lamar was going to be there, and I got to give him one of these.
For real?
Yeah, he's really nice. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And it was great to meet him for 5 minutes and go, I love you so much. Here's a Samurai Jack.
Hey, at least you got your working out, right?
Yeah, for real. This D&D stuff,
never got into D&D. I really want to though.
Metroid 1, sold out Metroid. That one's gone. Never coming back. Another Metroid. That's kind of where I got started, was doing Metroid stuff. Resident Evil, Tomie. My last Miku poster.
Miku.
K-pop Demon Hunters, for the kids.
Yep.
Eevee, DK. This is kind of in like, I try to get like as wide a variety of stuff as I can.
Yeah. World
Ends in Fire. This is the series I did with DC Horn. 5
last
issues
one?
of this. The last one of these. Yeah. So Gorillas reference on this one. Yeah. And then some of my more anime stuff, more recent stuff. Cowboy Bebop, Battle Chaser is not really anime, but close enough.
Gotcha.
Krull, not anime at all. Dark Magician Girl, I guess that's anime. But that's all of my posters. But yeah, so for like in terms of like album covers and stuff, absolutely, I'm very interested in that world and in doing like things that are just single illustrations, because as much as I love comics, it's like that is like such a labor intensive, time consuming thing. I'm working on the Royal right now.
Got a lot of goodies today.
I brought a lot of props. This is the preview, the black and white 10-page preview we have of the Royal. That campaign got funded.
I have pictures of him and his friend that he wrote it with.
Yeah, it's John Escobalis. He's the writer that we were together at Dragon's Realm. But we funded that, so I'm working on. There's 18 more pages of that comic to do, and I colored the 10 pages that were in that preview, and so those are colored now. The rest of the book is also going to be in color. I got 18 pages I got to do. I'm working on those right now, and it's like today, so far this week, I have done like the panel separations for where I like kind of estimating what I want, where I want all the panels to be, going through the script.
Yeah. And
I have put in like my placeholder lettering. And that's been the last 2 days for me, is like doing that for 18 pages. And I did it. I finished it before I came today. And it's like that's one of those things that's like so essential to like getting the process started, but is also like just it feels like such a nothing accomplishment.
Yeah.
Like you look at it and it's like you've done nothing. It's like I spent 2 work days doing nothing.
Yeah.
It feels terrible.
Just kind of felt like an empty void of
yeah,
just work, but Like, you know, like, it's still something, but then it's like,
when you're working on a comic, there's a lot of like formatting things like that, and then you kind of start to like lay in the pencils and everything, and slowly you build into this really cool long thing. But when you're working on like a poster or an album cover or something, and like from like day one, at the end of day one, working on something like that, you have something that it's half done or whatever, and you're looking at it, you can see like everything that you've done so far, and it's like that's like really rewarding kind of stuff. Like comics can be just like such a slog, and there is nothing worse than blazing through a comic and then getting back to editorial notes and go back and change stuff and do it again. There's no more money when that happens. You know, it's just like you just got to change it. So it's like I love comics. I love doing comics. I honestly love. I get a little bit more cynical the older I get and the longer I do this, but I got to remind myself and got to remind everybody I talk to them. It's like it's still the greatest job in the world. It's still the coolest goddamn thing you can do at the time. Is making comic books. But it's just like there are those little pain points that you start to be like, oh god, I don't want to. And it's like honestly getting started. It's like because it takes so long to get started working on a comic book.
That was actually some questions I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, please.
I was figuring since you're a writer of the comic, you're an artist and everything. I figured like when you're writing your comic, you would like see certain parts in your comic. Like, would you think certain scenes just don't feel like certain scenes when you like draw something out, or would you like have a change of reference for the scene or what they're saying after it's like brought out? You know what I mean? Like, I
mean, I redraw stuff all the time. And there's definitely like that initial kind of transition from head to page where you kind of think how you want it to look, and then you're just like, oh, that doesn't quite work. And it's like a lot of times, you gotta like scrap it and start over. And when you're working with somebody else, like I'm doing for Royal, it is helpful to be able to like meet up with the writer at the early stage and be like, does this look like what you are envisioning, or do you want me to go back through it? And being able to like have those meetings throughout the creation of the book, as opposed to like finishing the pencil and then sending it in for an editor to review it and go like, okay, you got to change this, you got to change that, you got to redo this. If I can go through it with him like I'm gonna at the thumbnail stage, and he can be like, okay, I want you to do more with this, because there's a specific sequence that he's actually really worried about, that involves like troops marching through a city. And there's a lot of specific notes that he wants to hit, but it's like all like very big illustrations, with like a lot going on. So it's like that's the kind of thing where it's like we are going to be able to like put out like the really simple blocks of just like, building goes here. This is a guy. It's like, is that guy where you want him to be? What about all the the 10 guys that are with him or whatever? So, as opposed to like doing this big illustration and then needing to change stuff. So. But it happens all the time that you will envision a scene one way, and then as you're trying to draw it, you kind of realize that you thought of it wrong. Like mechanically it needs to kind of operate differently. And there are some people that have like that like that didactic memory where they perfectly envision or remember things photographically or whatever, and I feel like folks like that might have less of a problem with that kind of thing. But for other people like myself, where it's like you have kind of a swirling general image of what you want something to be, and then you kind of work through it on the page and figure it out. You got to make those changes on the fly all the time, because it's reality sometimes smacks you as you're working on something. You're going, okay, the way that I'm thinking about it in my head is more of a feeling than like an actual mechanical way that it can be done. So how do you kind of mash those two things up?
So do you ever get like inspired to like just do something more when you like draw something else out in the comic? Like if you're drawing a certain scene, say if you get like really like attached to it, would it like ever just change your ending or change a way or a certain part of the comic on how it goes?
Oh yeah, yep.
Or
for sure.
Redirection is what I'm thinking, kind of.
I added 4 pages to this book after it was done, and I managed to finagle that into a stretch goal, because it was something that I wanted to do, and I was probably going to do it regardless.
But I really like that picture. Let me see that one.
Oh yeah, go check it out. You go, flip through that. But I added 4 pages to that book in the middle, and that's pretty badass page. I should honestly have that as a poster because like that on its own is really cool.
Honestly, yeah, dude, that would be so insane. I'll put that up here, put like right here.
Yeah, you feel good there. Mm-hmm. Think about making that, but yeah, there's 4 pages in the middle of this one where yeah, like these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, those were all added after the fact. And it was because I didn't think there was enough of the kind of action that I wanted, and I wanted to stretch out this interaction with these characters more. And like I said, I was in the middle of the funding of the campaign when I decided that, and I was like, okay, we made our goal, so let's like put a stretch goal up, and maybe we can get people to pay for that. and you know they did because the people, you know, the Marakiro fans always come through on stuff like that. So it was great that we were able to do that, and it's like it made the book a lot better in my opinion. And I'm always like, I'm very rarely taking stuff out. I like to put more stuff in because I feel like comics, you know, economy of space is a real problem for a lot of times. So it's like you're kind of presenting a lot of times like the most stripped down version of what you need to tell your story. And so it's always nice to be able to like go back and add back in like the deleted scenes that didn't make the cut, because it's like you can luxuriate kind of more in the actions of the comic and everything, and it's always nice to be able to like hit the notes that you wanted to be able to hit the whole time.
It's like getting a DVD player.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, no, not DVD player. It's like getting a DVD and then you get the deleted scenes and all that other stuff. Yeah.
I mean, that's the beauty of self-publishing too. Is I can do whatever I want.
Exactly.
Like that.
It's all up to you, man.
If I want to make more pages, I'll make more pages. Nobody's gonna stop me.
My friend Ryan, the one that bought the comic, he really enjoyed it. I didn't get a chance to give it a read yet.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I just had work. I actually started a brand new job, so.
Hey, well, congratulations.
I actually wanted you to like give me a little bit about it. Like,
yeah. So, you know, we've been doing the comic for the Royal We. I've been doing the comic for 7 years now. It started out as like a webcomic, and there still is a webcomic version of it that you can read, and it's up to date with everything that's published. So if you want to check out the comic before you commit to buying a hard copy, you can do that there on my you go to my website, you go to the Marakiro page, and there's like a read the webcomic site. Go to that, check it out. Yeah, it's the story of Marakiro. She's a barbarian warrior. Her whole deal is that she wants to blow up the moon for revenge. So you kind of want to understand the particulars of that. Is like that's where you gotta, like I said, go read the book. You know, if you're interested in why she's doing that for revenge, go read the book. But yeah, it's
too much, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's, you know, it's supposed to be it's high. It's fantasy, it's action, it's adventure. It's a lot of high octane stuff. The start of it for me was like, it's gonna be a no bullshit kind of comic. It's like we're kind of hitting hard and fast because we don't have a lot of time. When I first started, I was only had a couple hours a day to work on the thing, and it's like I don't have time to mess around with stuff that I think is boring. So I'm only going to do the stuff that I think is awesome.
And that what gets you to stick to the page.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Like, what you don't want your eyes off of.
Right. So like that was the kind of the genesis of the comic, and that's like the spirit of what I kept with it. And even now that I'm able to have more time to work on it, excuse me. And what's funny is it's like with all the other stuff that I do, I honestly really don't have that much more time to work on it now than I did back then. But I still kind of keep that like just the good parts kind of mentality. Yeah. But now that the comic is up to like 230 something pages, we're reaching a point where it is like, okay, it can't just all be glamour shots and people getting cut in half. It's like we wanna. I mean, it can be, but we're also going to have like text on it that tells you a story at the same time. So, with this particular story arc, we are starting to now like dive into more of like the world and more characters, different places, different locations, more of like the lore and conspiracy side of the story. So, just kind of building up on the history of the world, because you get a very brief history of the world in the first story arc in that trade paperback. And it's like it's time to explore a little bit more. Yeah.
As me, I'm a huge manga fan.
Oh yeah, me too.
I love comics.
Yeah.
I'm always more interested in the stories where it's more world building.
Yeah.
Because like I love a good story with good characters and badass stuff. But
Yeah.
like the actual world aspect of what makes up your world.
Yeah.
And like all like just the different lives, the different I don't know. It just keeps you more glued on because then you feel like you have more characters than like you know what you have, and then
I think that like manga is a really good example because it's like in the early going.
There's a lot of good comics that do it.
Yeah, there are, but it's like I think like the manga model, like from the business side of it, a lot of when they start out, they hit it so hard and fast because they're like so afraid of getting canceled.
Yeah,
and it's like I got to get my shit in.
Yeah.
Before this comic is canceled. But it's like once you kind of establish yourself, and it's like you've got room to breathe almost.
Yeah,
and you can kind of let out and like okay, now we'll explore. Like so that's kind of the point that I'm in right now.
Yeah.
It's like we've hit it hard and fast in that first book, and now it's like okay, we've got time a little bit to stretch our legs and figure some stuff out. So
like you got to see my nice action scenes, you got to see those. Now you get to see my story side of myself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a new part of you coming out.
Right. Yeah, and we're still gonna have action scenes. Don't worry, people who are there for that, we still got you covered. But but yeah, we're like I said, we're exploring some of the darker stuff now, because it's like a lot of the stories that I am inspired by are really like dark fantasy things. And there's a lot of stuff that I like about that, but there's also a lot of stuff that's kind of like, I wouldn't do it that way. I would do it a little bit differently. So that's the kind of stuff that I want to start exploring now as well. Getting to put my own spin on kind of a lot of things that people might be used to in the genre. So, yeah.
I like that. I always like basically taking stories, redirect. Well, not taking stories, like thinking of certain stories that you've heard before and redirecting it yourself. That's always like pretty sick.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Like, just doing something nice and different. It's always pretty. It's nice. You know?
It is. It's good. Yeah.
So also I wanted to know what are some of your like inspirations like what got you really into making comics? Like what was you know what I mean?
I mean, I used to read there's a lot of different sources, but it's like it started with like web comics and stuff back in like high school, and I didn't even really know that like I didn't start like drawing seriously until I was like 21. But before that, it was like I wanted to like write comics, and it's like I liked all those like all the classic web comics that everybody my age remembers. But some of them, a lot of them are still around now. But like Penny Arcade and 3-Panel Soul and Johnny Wander. What all the hits, all the big ones. You know, like you were around in that time period. You kind of like you had that folder.
You'll
that,
get
like,
the
had
references
all of them in there. Yeah, you know the jokes and everything. So it's like that kind of webcomic stuff was what I was like interested in doing, and I just wanted to like write it. And I had tons of friends who were artists, and I was like, get them to draw it for me. And then when I was at UConn, I did I did stuff with the college newspaper. I was the comics page editor there, I had that was like some of my first comics were in that. The first comic I ever drew was in that paper, and then it was just like and I've told several versions of this story over the years. Just the short, because it's hot as hell here today, so I'm not going to go into the full version, but. The short version is like I wanted to like write like epic comics because I started reading like these epic graphic novels and stuff, and I was like, I want to do that for mine. I had like this space opera thing that I was trying to do, and I was like that same thing of like, I'm gonna get my artist friends to do this for me, and we'll split the profits, like the profits. And all of my artist friends, and a couple in very particular, who people are still friends with me, because they're great people, not because I am. They were very good to like tell me like, look, we don't want to do this. Like, I had one friend in particular who was agreed to draw this comic for me, and then after a while trying to work on it with me, she was just like, look, I don't think we should do this, and I'm not going to do it anymore. And it was like the right move, honestly. And it taught me a lot of really important lessons, but because it was the kind of thing that made me be like, well, maybe if I can't get anybody to draw it for me, I got to do it myself, and I'll just learn how to draw real fast, and then I'll be fine. But it's it takes forever to learn how to draw, which is great, because that's like the thing that changed my life completely. Over the last
I can't
15 years or whatever.
I can't draw to save my life.
mean, hey, you know, it's the kind of thing where it's like people think that they can't do it at all, but honestly, it's like if you just sit down, if you're like you get the bug, right? And like you just sit down and you're working on it every day, and you're like you're watching videos on like how-to stuff and kind of like teaching yourself through how to draw this, how to draw that. It comes together faster than you think, honestly.
I can't do a straight line.
No. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I don't draw very many straight lines in my day to day.
True.
So that's not necessarily going to stop you, but it's the kind of thing where it's like if you really feel like it's something you can't do, it's like, hey, give it another shot. You know, you never know. You might surprise yourself.
That's true. Maybe I'll give it a little bit.
Yeah.
You should let me draw something for your comic.
Yeah. You know, hey.
Draw myself.
Yeah, just draw yourself right in. Yeah. But it's like, I've been doing this for like 15 years now, and it's really funny because I did the trade paperback that we got in the campaign. It's 192 pages. It's the first story arc of Mario Kart Destroy the Moon. The complete full like first story. And when I started that in 2019, the reason I started working on this comic in 2019 was because I was like, this is as good as I'm going to get as an artist. I'm not going to get any better than this. So from now on, everything I make is going to look pretty much like this, and I'm not going to have to. So I'll start my epic now. But like that's just not how it works. Like you always keep getting better. So it's like when I wanted to do the remaster because I looked back at the old comics, and it's like I like them a lot still, but they don't look as good as they could. And I wasn't going to redraw the whole thing because that's ridiculous. And it's like, honestly, you know, the comic as it was got a lot of fans back when it first came out. And that means that like people still respond to that art, and people are going to, you know, feel feelings for that art. So I don't want to tear it down and make something completely new. But what I did do is like I relettered everything and I recolored everything. I kept the inks and everything the same, but I kind of redid all the other stuff and just kind of made it look a lot more cohesive and focused on the fundamentals more, and just kind of brought it up to snuff and thematically with kind of like the rest of the comic material. But it was really cool to kind of like hop into that time machine and go visit myself back 7 years ago when I was drawing, when I was convinced that I was never going to improve again, and that everything I did was going to look exactly like this for the rest of time. So it's like, you're always like, you keep getting better. Now that I've been doing it for as long as I have, I still feel like I'm just at the start in a lot of ways.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, and what's like, I think that's something that I think is really important is kind of keeping like a beginner's mindset all the time. Because you get people that like get really egotistical about their books and stuff, and those people are not fun to be around. So it's like you want to be the other guy, right? You want to be the guy who everybody. And then people think I'm. This happens to me all the time, and I know it's not because of how I look anymore, because I'm going gray and I'm losing my hair and all this crap. People always think I'm younger than I am, and it's because I think it's because
the high energy.
Maybe it's that too. It could be that, yeah. But it's But people always think I'm younger than I am, and I think a lot of that is because it's like I am always in kind of like that beginner headspace, and I'm always approaching things with kind of that sense of joy and wonder at kind of like the wonder of drawing and art, and like, isn't it so cool? And I've worked really hard over the years to not like become that jaded, cynical guy who hates the thing he loves the most.
In my personal experiences, that just means you still have the passion for it, man.
Yeah, I hope so.
What,
I hope.
The passion's not dead. Like,
yeah,
I think
exactly.
Once you get to that cynical type of point, you think, I'm already too good.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that I can, like, you know what I mean? But you're like, oh, no, I'm happy to see this. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to learn from this. I'm happy
100%.
to, like, I remember seeing you at Dragon Realm. You just talking to a couple of different people. And big smile at all times, talking to people.
If you're not gonna have fun at those things, why are you even going?
Honestly, like people are supposed to be asking you questions. You was asking questions to them too. I was just like, wow, this dude is.
I think about this all the time, and it's like, if you're getting into comics for the money, don't.
No.
You will be disappointed.
Yeah.
If you're getting into comics because you love comics and you want to make comics, you're in the right place. You can scrape by. It's gonna be tough, but you can do it.
Yeah.
But like, if you're here to get rich, you in the wrong business.
Honestly, you have to invest in. You have to put so many different investments in so many comics, make toys, all that. It's hard. It's hard.
It It is.
I can tell it's a very hard field, but
if you love it, if you love it, nothing else is going to do it for you. So it is what it is. But yeah, I still feel a passion for it, and like that's one of those things that's like I've always been afraid of. Is like if I wake up one morning and be like I don't want to do this anymore. Then I don't know what I'm going to do. But it's funny that you said that like that. I had that when I worked at a desk job ages ago.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been 2015, I think. 2015, 2016, somewhere around there.
I was in high school.
Yeah, we're shit. Yeah. This was like the year before I got sober. Yeah. So I guess it would have been 2015.
Yeah.
And I was working.
Congratulations!
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, nearly 10 years. It'll be September 5th this year. It'll be 10 years for me.
I just hit my first year this year.
Is it really?
Yes,
Congratulations! All right,
yes,
awesome. That is fantastic. Good for you.
Yes, sir.
Good for you. But I was working a desk job where I was like I spent most of my days scanning documents into a database and then shredding them, and it was not fun. But it was like my boss called me into their office one day, and was just like, we got to talk about your attitude. And I was like, okay, what's up? And they're like, well, it's just like you walk around here like you're too good for this job. And I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, I did, but then again, like everybody too good for that job.
I'm not gonna front. I did kind of walk like that when I was at Subway.
I'm
making a sandwich, bro. Like,
yeah,
we can all do this.
We can all, yeah. And it's like, and it's not. That's not to say that like if you got a job like that there's something wrong with you, because it's like everybody's got to work, everybody's got to earn $1. But it's like it's. I think it's ridiculous to have somebody come to you and be like, you need to treat this shitty job like you're thankful for it every second.
Yeah.
And I think that's BS. And it's like if you have a job that you love, don't get jaded about it. You have a job that you hate, kind of use that as inspiration to drive you forward into something that you don't hate. And that was one of the things that kind of like, that was not the thing that kicked my ass into gear right back then. Honestly, that was kind of like just piling on a whole bunch of other shit I had going on. But it was like it's just one thing that I think back on is just like, yeah, you know what? That was like maybe a sign that I needed to get my shit together and like start moving in a direction that was not about like feeling sorry for myself because everything, poor me, everything in my life sucks. It's like you can't control everything, but there's things in your life that you can control and make your life better. I don't know how I got started on this, but it was just, I feel like I'm just rambling now.
Hey man,
but,
this is what conversations are for, man. When you start talking about comics, sometimes it just goes into life.
Well, I think coming to Bloomfield has got me flashing back to my day job days, but which are not as long ago as they feel sometimes, because it's like once I started doing comics all the time, it's like it's not fun and rainbows all the time, but it's more often than it was.
Yeah,
it's like at least when you put a hard day's work into something, you can look at it at the end of the day and be like, I own all of that. I did all of that. That's all mine. I can do anything I want with this now.
Yeah,
and that's a great feeling.
The whole avenue is yours.
Yeah. Even when you're working for somebody else, especially comics, because you get handed a script, and I'm not going to get into the who's more important, writers or artists debate here, but you get handed a script from somebody, you draw it, you had such a huge impact on that. Even though you didn't necessarily start it, it's still yours. Like, you're still a huge part of it. And even if you had to do, like, realize somebody else's vision, the fact that you have a skill base to do that, and the fact that you have the dedication to grind that out is a good feeling. So it's like, it's just something that you have like a really tangible thing to look at the end of the day and be like, yeah, that's me. That's me on the page. I did that. So
it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's always a self gratification.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So this year, man, what do you have like planned for like shows, like any like local shows that's popping up? Any do you have any? Well, I want to start with. Do you have any farther shows that you're gonna go out first before any local?
No. I'm barely leaving the state this year.
Gotcha.
I say I'm barely leaving the state, and and 2 of the shows I'm going to talk about are not in the state. But they're not far. Is the thing? Is
so it doesn't count,
right? Yeah, it doesn't count. I'm doing Fusion Con in West Springfield in July. That doesn't count as out of state. That's not out of state. Yeah, it's like
30 minutes away.
It's like, if it's on 91, it doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count. If it's on 91, it does not count.
Does not count.
Yeah.
But that's at the Biggie. I don't know where on the expo grounds it is, but it's somewhere on there. So I got it. I'll have more information on that as we get closer.
Yep.
I don't have like my booth assignment or anything like that yet.
Gotcha.
But, I'm doing Terrificon this year at Mohegan Sun. I'm really looking forward to that.
Going to my first one this year.
Oh, awesome!
Yes,
you have to stop by because we got 5.
Dude, I told you
tables.
I'm working with you, so I got you.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. We'll see you there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got 5 tables this year. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be Keith, Hector, and John from GWP. It's gonna be Luis and Angel from Pinico Press. And it's just we're gonna have a great time. So it's a big old artist alley block we got.
Is your friend that you're making the
yep.
He's gonna be there, right?
He's gonna be there, John.
Right.
Yeah.
Sweet. John.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And we will have the book by then. So that's gonna be a big deal.
That's gonna be awesome.
That's August, and then September I'll be in Providence for the new IC3 in Providence. That show used to be in New Haven, and now it's in Providence. They really expanded the brand on that this year. They actually had 5 different IC3 shows. This is the one that's closest to home.
I'm trying to make it out there.
You should definitely. It's about as close as Danbury, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's like barely, like I said, barely counts.
45, 50 minutes. I think. Yeah.
So those are my 3 like big ones. And then I find myself in Plainville at the CliffCon shows a lot.
Yep.
Those are really fun. Sometimes I go to the Manchester Comic and Toy Convention. They used to be in the VFW there, and he's got that as in a new venue now, but I can't remember exactly where it is. Easy to look up.
Yeah.
And then I am frequently, you'll find me at the Battle Standard in East Windsor. Sometimes they have like tournaments and stuff. I just set up a table. Sometimes randomly I'll just show up there and set up a table. I'm painting a mural there in the next week or so. Nice. So I'll be there like every day.
Yeah.
And you can get some of my stuff there. You can get like some of my books and stuff depending on what I leave them. Like if you're more into the game, my game illustrations and stuff, they always got like tons of cards. I just did a print run for them. So tons of stuff there. So I'm there pretty frequently. I'll try to let people know like a day or 2 in advance when I'm going to be out there. But yeah, that's kind of like my plan for the rest of the year. And the more local stuff that pops up, I'll sign up for it and do it. And really, you want to stay up to date with it, you sign up for my newsletter on the website. You just sign up for that. I send it out once a month, sometimes twice. This month I sent it out twice because I want to announce the Kickstarter campaign starting. But I try not to clog your inbox up too much because I'm subscribed to a lot of comics newsletters, and some of these guys are firing like every day.
Yeah.
And that's a lot. I don't do that.
I'm happy because dude, I've cancel subscriptions to a lot of people that just continuously fill my email or feel like it gets too much.
That's my advice for comic creators, for artists, writers, whatever. You have a newsletter, I'd say once a week maximum. Honestly, I would do just you do run the risk of even if we love you, we're gonna unsubscribe just because you're just filling up so much of the
everyone gets a lot of emails, so sometimes it'll be good.
It's tough.
Or just do a video thing just so we see that you're alive. You feel me? Yeah.
Oh, I do a YouTube channel. I'm
What's
trying to. It's called Brendon. I think it's called Brendon Albetski Draws. I think it's the name of my YouTube channel. I haven't done much with it lately. I used to do a lot with it, and then I stopped. And I'm trying to get back into it. We did a celebration stream for the first day for the campaign. That was a lot of fun. We're actually doing another stream on Thursday. I don't know when you're watching this video, you at home, but Thursday. Thursday the 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be streaming, and then I'm gonna try to get into streaming more regularly. And I had a couple of little shows that I did that I'm gonna try to get back up. I've been looking at Akira Toriyama vehicles, you hear me, all the cool cars and shit that he would draw on Dragon Ball. I really love that stuff, and it's that I had this show called Paneling where it was I would look at panels from comics that inspired me, and I'd redraw them on the show. And I kind of wanted to do that with a Toriyama car, so it's I'm thinking about bringing it back just for that.
Yeah.
But it's I love YouTube, and I love doing video stuff, so I hope to do that kind of thing again. But my newsletter and then my coffee page, where this is the real hard sell here. one of my things, it's like I feel like we, as a comics industry, relying too much on like trying to get in on the industry level with publishers, trying to get other comics creators to like sign campaign swapping and stuff like that, where it's like we're passing the $20 bill around.
Yeah.
So much of what I'm trying to do is like connect directly with readers, and it's like I don't want you to have to do it through a third party. I don't even really want you to have to do it through Kickstarter, honestly.
Yeah.
I do it on Kickstarter because it's like I've done a couple of campaigns, and I do have a lot of people that only know me through Kickstarter. And it's like I don't want to abandon those people. I want to make sure they got something to keep them coming back.
And that's being loyal to your fans.
Right. Yeah. but I'm trying to bring as much under my own control as I can. So like the coffee page, I'm thinking about going back to Patreon as well, just because I know a lot of people don't know Patreon a little bit better. But right now I got the coffee page up where it's like you sign up for membership. And I have a couple of like suggested tiers. I think they're 1, 3, 5, and 10. The rewards are all the same, and it's one of those things which like times is tough. And I know it's like you can't necessarily afford a $10 sub to get like behind the scenes stuff. Maybe you can only afford $3 or $1.
Yeah.
I don't want to deny you your entertainment because of that. And it's like so it's a socialist endeavor. You pay what you can afford. You get everything. So it's like there's illustration downloads. You get to look at comics early. You get to do like high-res downloads of illustrations. You can print them. You can print them yourself on your own stuff for personal use. Like if you wanted to like hang stuff. If you had a podcast studio at home that you wanted to print shit off and hang it on your own, you could do that.
Yeah.
And I encourage it.
Yeah.
But it's so that's what I'm doing on coffee. And it's just like I really want to get as many people as I can because again, it's like the more people are signed up for like a monthly thing for me, supporting me on that. Directly, one-to-one, like you to me, nothing in the middle, no fees, no nothing. The more that we're doing that, the more that I can focus on like my own stuff, get that out faster. I spend less time looking for jobs, and more time making stuff.
For
and
you
so
guys,
it's gonna snowball to the point where it's like, because it starts a little bit slow, and you're like, well, how much really comes out every month? And it's like I do a couple of illustrations a month that you get access to, do as many comics as I can that you get access to. I got one that we're funding right now. Called Pond Scum, which has got an 8-page teaser that you can get for free, and then we're trying like the goal that I got going on the page right now is to do the next couple pages of that. I think next 8 pages of that at least. So it's like the more stuff like that, the more people we've got, the faster those are going to fund. Yeah. And I can actually work really fast.
Yeah.
I did that first 8 pages of Pond Scum in 3 days. So it's like if we have people, if we're pulling in like $500 a month on this thing, we'll put out 8 pages every week, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know.
You gotta see where the numbers and everything goes.
Yeah,
it's all about if it gets there, right?
Yeah, I would love to be.
When it gets there. Sorry about that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely like that positive attitude, right?
Yeah, of course, man. You always got to keep it.
But I love that. It's not that kind of unhealthy manga pace where it's like they're doing 16 pages a week or whatever. And it's like I don't want to do that. Maybe 8.
I feel bad. I feel bad for the manga.
Yeah, no, people like it's like I as much as I love reading it, it's like I don't work yourself to death.
Yeah,
like, please guys, take care of yourself. I want to find out what the One Piece is.
Yeah, I
can
read the carpal tunnel like while you guys are writing the page.
I actually read all the way through Gone Ron Egg. I've never talked about Gone Ron Egg on a podcast before, but I'm talking about Gone Ron Egg right now. You probably never even heard of it.
Educate me.
Yeah. So like I subscribe to Shonen Jump, and as a result, I can read I think I can read like 100 chapters a day. Something that people can't actually physically read.
Yeah.
If you don't have like several hours set aside to just read manga. But anyways, a couple friends and I kind of have this policy of just like we'll read chapter 1 of literally anything. If it says new series first chapter, we're there. We're gonna read it.
Yeah.
And we read this thing called Gone Ron Egg, and it was like, it's not my favorite, but we read the first chapter, and it's like, you know what, Gone Ron Egg is the little manga that could. We're gonna read this whole thing. We're gonna be this book's #1 fan. It did get canceled. It only got 21 chapters. We were there day 1 for all of them.
Yeah.
And it left it open. It kind of left it open-ended. Like it closed off the story that it could, but it left it open-ended. So like maybe Gone Ron Egg will return.
Maybe. But I mean, a lot of old stuff is coming back now.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Like shoot, They bring back Hunter x Hunter now. Okay.
Oh no shit! I just started reading that. For real.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about Ganran Egg is like it's such a case of like you could tell the mangaka is like somebody who's done a lot of one shots in the past, but this was like their first serial, and you could tell that they were like their body was not ready for the weekly pace.
Yeah.
And there are definitely panels where it's just like that's the sketch that they just had a background artist draw a background on, and they published that in the manga. Like you can, and that's like one of the things that I loved about it is like you can see kind of the strain, and you can see a guy just be like, well, I'm not fucking working myself to death for this week. You know, I'm just you're gonna get what you get.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? You go, Conrad.
Yeah. That's, dude, I really want to like see like if I ever like find some like newer, because I kind of do something similar like when it comes to like first week mangas, because like you know how mangas and everything's kind of been like lower now. It's pretty much only the top dogs are what's going. I've been doing the clicking the first page type of thing. I'm gonna show you some. Like, have you seen Game Devil by any chance?
No, I haven't.
It's like this really weird manga. It's like it's literally like what do you call like the old Mario video game frame? It's like 2-bit.
Oh, like 8-bit.
8-bit. Yeah, it's like a manga like that. It's like
weird,
really
right.
cool. Yeah, but it's a pretty decent. I'll show you.
Yeah, please. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that kind of stuff. Anybody who's willing to like be different and like do something cool.
Yeah, it was really different.
Underdog stuff is great, and Shonen Jump especially now is like I don't know. I'm starting to like wonder like what that mag is gonna be in a year. Now it feels like all the tentpoles are going away. So
One Piece.
Just One Piece now.
One Piece.
Yeah, only One Piece.
One Shonen Piece.
One Shonen Piece. Yeah. Jump Piece.
Jump Piece. But no, Dragon Ball Z is coming back out. They're doing a remake of Super.
Okay.
And then they're gonna continue the story. So
okay.
They'll piggyback off DBZ.
Yep.
Most likely they'll milk MHA.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will. I mean,
like,
he's got like the ones that were like super successful.
Just milk them.
Yeah. Until they're gone.
Until it's done.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so. Speaking of comics, Marvel comics, DC comics. Have you been keeping up with DCKO? Have you been keeping up with any of the newer stuff for DC?
Not really. No, I gotta say, there's a lot of DC stuff that looks really interesting to me right now. Anything that's got Absolute on the cover is like I want to read it.
That's exactly where I was gonna go towards.
Yeah, I haven't yet in a lot of cases, but it's like I especially like the big flagship like superhero comics is something I just kind of haven't been into for a long time.
Gotcha.
But Absolute stuff is really making me be like, yeah, I want to experience that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the next time that we talk, I'll probably have read a bunch of that.
Gotcha. Absolute is what kind of called me back into DC.
Yeah.
And then I read a bunch of old Marvel stuff. I skipped over the Marvel stuff. It was more like because I grew up in New York.
Sure.
We had a lot of DC stuff for some reason where I was growing up.
It's weird. You'd think there'd be a lot of Marvel stuff.
Yeah, because like New York is like most of Marvel stuff is in New York. Yeah. But no, I had a lot of DC, so I read a lot of Superman and Green Lantern and all that. But then like I started catching up on Marvel now, and Marvel has some very interesting stories. Like, do you ever take inspiration from anything Marvel by any chance? Or...
I mean, I guess if Conan counts, I read a lot of the Marvel Conan. So yeah, there's definitely a lot there. I like Morrison and Quitely, All New X-Men is something that was like I read all of that and I love that series. X-Men stuff a lot is like most of the Marvel stuff I've read is X-Men related.
Yeah.
So yeah, and in terms of like superhero stuff, it's more me following writers than it is characters. Because I read a lot of Morrison's various superhero stuff. I read a lot of Frank Miller, and that is what it is. But like most of what I was like super into and I was really getting started is a lot of things for Image and Dark Horse. So like Hellboy, anything and everything Hellboy was all
Dude,
me.
I love Hellboy.
Yeah, Hellboy's so good.
So amazing.
Walking Dead, which is
amazing.
Like, yeah. Woo.
Actually, I do want to talk to you a little about that later now because I didn't know you were Walking Dead fan.
Oh yeah, I love Walking Dead.
All right,
yeah.
go back to what you were saying. You said Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, Hellboy, Battle Chasers, which is like not a ongoing comic by any means, but it's still super influential. Anything Joe Mad touches is gold. So it's like, yeah. Did
you read The Boys?
No, I have. I've watched a lot of the TV show. I haven't read the comic.
Dude, the comic is actually really good, but
I've heard it's a lot different than
it's
than
grotesque.
Kind of yeah.
I don't use that word, but I can definitely tell you it's there.
I have to wrap up fairly soon.
No problem, my friend.
So, but like, you want to talk about Walking Dead? We talk about Walking Dead.
Oh, okay. Were you as mad that they made Carl a punk on the show? All right, cool. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
What is the point of that whole series if Carl dies? Spoilers.
Thank you.
You're like, why even bother?
Yeah.
And honestly, like it took me a couple tries to finish the TV show just because I kept falling off of it in between seasons. 4. Did you?
Yeah.
I ended up watching the whole thing.
Oh wow.
I did end up watching the whole thing and some of the spinoffs.
Cool.
But like, yeah.
Were the spinoffs at least a little better?
They were fun. Like, they were silly. But I had a good time with. And I don't know.
Entertained at least.
I was entertained.
All right, that's all that matters.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like Carl is the whole point of that series. So what are you doing?
Yeah. So I read The Walking Dead after my brother did.
Yeah.
And then my brother watched the show.
Yeah.
He would always complain after. So then I talked to him one day. He told me, Carl is such a. And he tells me about how Carl is. I read it. I'm like, yo, this show's awful now.
Yeah, no,
it's terrible.
You're never gonna recover from that.
No, you're not.
Yeah. So no, I totally agree with you. Yeah. It's too bad, but I mean, the show is.
It's popular.
I love that first season of that show.
Oh, amazing, beautiful.
After that, nah. I mean, I did watch the next 10 seasons, so I guess I can't complain that
on
much.
and off though.
But yeah, took me 15 years to watch the 10 years television,
wow.
or however long. I don't remember what it was, but it's a long time. Because I was there was a period of time where I kept being like, well, I got to watch it from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I gave up. But I think the third time that I fell off, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna start off with whatever episode I left off on. I'll figure it out. It's not that complicated.
I watched 1 through the 4th season. My sister was a big fan.
Yeah.
So it's your big sister. You're gonna sit there and watch it with her. So I watched it. Then I was just like, okay, I'm done now. I'm done. Like, this is awful. Like. The comic way better. I reread the comic.
Is so good.
So good.
It's great.
Dude.
It's awesome. Yeah, I have all of it. I have the big ass compendiums. I got all 4 of them. So
they sold these big models of like the whole story. Like, yeah. I think that's probably what they're called.
Yeah,
big ass,
yeah. There's 4 of them, and they look great, and they weigh down the bottom shelf of my bookshelf.
Hey.
Like those are great.
I only have 1 of them. I was looking for the rest.
I love getting big. Like omnibuses that I can dive through. I've got couple of. I've got all of those. I've got all the Hellboy library editions. I've got the Savage Sword of Conan collection, the Marvel Comics one. I've got the first volume of the Dan Jurgens Tomb Raider comics. Yeah. And there's 3 of those now that I have to get my hands on at some point. But I got the first one. That one is freaking huge. But I also love all of the Junji Ito collections. Yeah. So like anytime they publish a new hardcover, that I get one of those for the shelf. Okay. And it's like it's just like I just love those like big thick books. Yeah. I want to have one of my own someday, right?
Soon, man. You're still writing.
I'm on my way.
You're still starting, man. You're still going. Yeah. It's kind of like Jump Gege. I like Jump Gege. Yeah. Yeah, just because like they do 3 months worth of manga in just one big one. Like, you watch Black Clover by any chance?
I've read a couple volumes of Black Clover. I've never actually watched the show.
It was Shonen Jump.
Yeah.
It went to Jump Gege.
Oh, did it really?
Yes.
Okay.
And then now it's Tabato's able to write 3 months worth of a story into just a bunch of.
Well, that's that's good.
Yeah. It was really cool.
I like that.
He said he was able to write more, get more into story, in depth more. It was really cool.
The weekly model is it's
killer.
It's bad.
I don't recommend it. I'm a huge manga fan since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Just give them some breaks.
Please.
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
1 week they write it. The next week's a little hand rest.
Off. Like, yeah. When they did that with Kaiju number 8. It was like 3 weeks on, 1 week off. But even that is a little extreme.
Yeah, One Punch Man I think does it the best. They do once a month.
Yeah. They can do whatever they want now.
Yeah, super popular, man. Yeah, super popular.
I'm still current on that. I'm kind of like wondering when that's gonna wind down.
Oh, dude, I'm always gonna be on to One Punch Man. Yeah. Love Garo. I have a Garo figure actually in my home.
Do you really?
Yeah, love
nice.
I want the cosmic version. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You're caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, cool. So all my friends aren't caught up, so like I feel like I always say a spoiler by mistake. Yeah.
No, I know all about that.
Yep.
That's cool shit.
Yeah, man. All right, I'm gonna let you get going.
Yeah, please. Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, it's no problem.
No,
man.
We had a great time. It's just like
of course.
It's just 3 million degrees in here.
Yeah, it's no problem.
I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, oh man, we had too good a time.
Yeah, it's 30, dude. You have any time. You're only like 30 minutes away.
Like half an hour away. Yeah. Like, we'll do this again.
Dude, come by whenever. I'm a streamer, so I'm actually gonna be posting my streaming schedule soon.
Sweet.
So just hop on a Discord call and
awesome.
Yeah, and I actually have to talk to you about something off camera, which is gonna be very good for YouTube page.
Yeah, cool.
All right, man.
Bye.